Gadget God here, and today I'm going to show you 10 hidden features on your fancy iPhone 10. Now the first one is something that everyone is going to want to know because it allows you to access Control Center without reaching up to your top right corner. No, right there from the bottom of your screen, you can access your Control Center. Again, you can just swipe down from the bottom of your screen and get Control Center. Well, how do you do that? That feature is called Reachability, and to activate it, we're going to go to our Settings, we're going to go to General, we're going to go to Accessibility, and then if you scroll down to Reachability, that's the one that you want to turn on. So instead of having to go all the way to the top to swipe down to get Control Center, you can just swipe down in the bottom of your screen to bring your whole screen halfway down and access reachability with just one hand. The next hidden feature I want to show you is called Dark Mode. So if you're in a dark room and your screen is blinding you, well, it's not blinding you anymore. Look at that. And look, now it's gone. With 3 taps of the side button, you can activate dark mode, but that's not by default. It is actually hidden in the settings. If you go to General and Accessibility and scroll on down to the very bottom, and we have Accessibility shortcut, and we're going to choose Invert Colors for our accessibility shortcut. Now, as you see along the top, you can triple click the side button for dark mode. Man, is that a lot better than being blinded by your screen at night. Triple click to go back to regular mode. This next one, Apple actually advertises incorrectly. They say to get to your app switcher, swipe up and hold, but look at how long that takes. It's faster if you swipe up and go to the right. See how much faster that was? And then another tip, if you swipe up and go to the right, normally you have to hold and you get your wiggly marks to close these individual apps, and then you have to tap the negative symbol to close each app. But there's a faster way. Swipe up and to the right, then hold your finger and throw it away to close. Let's see that again, it was so fast. Swipe up and to the right, hold your finger, throw it away by swiping up. And that is the fastest way to open the app switcher and close apps. As long as we're on the topic of efficient ways to use your phone and things that Apple doesn't tell you, if you want to go to your next app, just swipe along the bottom. You can swipe in either direction to jump back and forth between apps, and when you are done, do that thing that I showed you. You missed the home button on your iPhone 10? You don't have to, but you can add a physical home button to your screen. So if I'm in an app, now I have a physical home button, and I can actually move that button wherever I want. I prefer to put it in the old home button spot, and I can actually set different settings for it to do. So if I want Control Center, if I want Siri, I can just tap the button and select from different options. So how do I set that up? To set it up, go to Settings, go to General, go to Accessibility, scroll down and choose Assistive Touch and turn Assistive Touch on. That will give you your home button back, and if you want, you can actually add additional buttons as well. So if you want more than 6, these are all the different options you can pick from. Plenty. I'm going to keep mine at 6, and now I have a home button. No need to miss it, just like my old iPhone. One thing that bugs me about the iPhone 10 is you can no longer see the battery percentage in your top corner. With the other iPhones, you can actually have your percentage number from 1 to 100 appear right next to the battery. But that dang notch, there's not enough room to have your battery percentage. Well, yes, you could adjust your grip and slide down to see your battery percentage there, but an even easier way is just swipe to the side and there is your battery percentage. If you have an Apple Watch or Apple AirPods and they're connected, it will also show the battery percentage for those as well. So the quickest way to find out your battery, you can even find out on the home screen, just swipe to the side and look at the batteries widget. So how do I add the batteries widget? Scroll down to the bottom of the widget screen, click the edit button, and add batteries. I like to keep mine at the top. I love to manage my battery. I like to keep my battery widget at the very top because I always want to know exactly how much battery percentage I have left. And that is the easiest way to check your actual battery percentage. You know, a great brand new feature about the iPhone 10 is that you can record in full-blown 4K at an incredible 60 frames per second. But you know what? It's not turned on by default. So to turn on your 4K video recording, you want to go to Settings, scroll down to your camera, and then select Record Video. Now by default, it's set to 1080p HD at 30 frames per second, but we want full-blown 4K at 60 frames per second. Depending on your hard drive size, maybe you just want 4K at 30 frames per second, but we're going for the exclusive iPhone 10 feature of 4K at 60 frames per second. Now when I go to my camera, we can see that we are recording at a full 4K, 60 frames per second. It's like we're in the Matrix. Oh yeah, there's AirPods over there. These next two shortcuts are incredibly helpful, and you're probably using at least one of them on a daily basis. And that is the low power mode shortcut. I just turned low power mode on right from my home screen. And the other one, that circle with the dot in the middle of it, is the record screen feature. So you tap it, it starts doing a countdown, and then it's actually recording your screen and anything that you do on it. So whatever I'm doing, I could do a video tutorial for someone. Whatever I'm doing, it's recording it, and then I can tap that icon to stop my recording. And now it has just saved it to my Photos app, where I can retrieve it or edit it for a shorter duration. I can pause it and tap Edit, and I can now actually drag the starting point and the end point to whatever I prefer. Tap Done, save it as a new clip, whatever you want. But how do you turn on the low power mode shortcut and the screen recording feature? If you go into your settings, go to Control Center, and then customize your controls, I have added screen recording, and I have also added low power mode. You can put them in whatever order you want. You notice there's also a bunch of other pretty cool stuff in here. Quick access to your Apple Wallet. I added quick access to the digital Apple TV remote because I have an Apple TV. Once you're done, you can exit Control Center, and then wherever you are on your phone, you can bring up Control Center and your newly added Control Center controls. Another hidden feature on the iPhone 10 are the attention-aware features. If you go to Settings, General, and Accessibility, right here we have Face ID and Attention, and you can actually set it for your phone to be aware if you're looking at it or not. So require attention for Face ID. This will not Face ID unlock your phone unless your eyeballs are actually looking at your iPhone. The other option, attention aware features, are that your screen will not turn off or dim if your phone can see that you're actually looking at your phone. This also includes if you were to get a text message, it would just say the person's name and iMessage, but if you, the owner of the phone, look at the phone, it will actually overwrite the word iMessage with the actual context of the text. Additionally, this feature, if it's on, when your alarm goes off in the morning and you pick up and look at your phone, it will actually lower the volume of your alarm because the Face ID camera lets the iPhone know that you, the owner, are actually looking at it, so it doesn't need to be that loud anymore. Oh my goodness, 10 hidden features. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a bonus one in there because I think it's really important. You can actually access the ability to have an SOS emergency phone call on command. If you hold the volume up and the sleep wake button, you get the option where you can slide that and have an emergency phone call to 911. But there's another feature on top of that most people don't know about. You can enable a setting where if you do make an SOS phone call, you can have an emergency contact automatically notified with a text message that you have just made an SOS phone call from your phone. To enable that setting, go to Settings, scroll down a little bit to Emergency SOS, and you can set up emergency contacts in Help. So tap that and you can choose someone's name and phone number to be notified by text message if you ever make an SOS phone call. Now that was actually more than 10 hidden features on the iPhone 10. Now I do have some more, but you don't want to hear me talk all day. You want to get back to watching some of my other videos. So let me know if you have any questions or comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Click subscribe to join the Gadget God Squad. And if you didn't know already, I'm the Gadget God. I do the research, so you don't have to. Thanks for watching, everyone. And enjoy your iPhone 10 even better than you did before.